Hello friends, this is Ganesh. Hope you are doing good. In this video, we are going to see how to handle the methods inside the AMDP, class methods inside the AMDP. So the other way we always have a question, how to call a method inside AMDP. Whether can we call a normal class or normal class method, whatever we have developed in AC24 or a local class, and can we call an instance and static method inside the AMDP if the method has a parameter import, export, changing, or returning exception. So can we have it, and if that is the case, how we can pass the value, how we can retrieve the value from the method. So those are the things which we are going to cover in this video. Okay, let's get into the slides. So here, okay, 1 minute. So a few do's and don'ts or do's and don'ts or properties or how to call, what is the syntax to call a method inside AMDP. So those things we are going to discuss first. Then we'll just try to apply everything in the system as well. So what type of method can call inside the AMDP? So if you try to call a method inside a AMDP, then the method should be the part of database procedures. Okay, so meaning the method definition have the statement called by database procedure for HANA database. So that is the important statement to be enclosed in the method definition. Then that method is applicable or considerable to call inside the AMDP. So the other way is you are not able to call any local or global class methods inside your AMDP. The normal method which doesn't have the database procedure statement. So now the thing is very clear. You are able to call a method which should be a part of another AMDP procedures. Okay, then only you are able to call the particular method. I will show you if you call the normal method inside a AMDP, what will happen. Normally you will get a short dump. We'll try to check that also. Okay, and some properties to just call about the method. The method can be an instance or a static method. Okay, so inside, these are inside AMDP I'm talking about. So inside an AMDP, so consider you have AMDP1, you have AMDP2, and you define everything in AMDP1, some methods. The same method you want in AMDP2, so you're going to call the same functionality you want in AMDP2. So you're going to, instead of define the same thing in AMDP2, you're going to call the method which you already defined and implemented in AMDP1. Okay, so that is the scenario over here. So in that case, what are the properties of that AMDP1 method? So the method can be an instanced or static. Method parameters not be a reference variable. This is not for calling the method. This is very basic. If you define a method as a procedure in AMDP, then your method parameter should be a value. It should not be a reference variable. And method parameters to be used if it is not optional. Yeah, if it is not optional, obviously you have to use the method parameters. Means you have to pass the value. And to be added in the method implementation, yeah. So before calling the method inside your AMDP, you have to kind of declaration you have to make, that is in the method implementation line. So how, if you're going to use a table inside a AMDP method, you have to declare it in the method implementation line. Same way you have to declare your class as well as method. So how to do that? So the syntax is class name double equal arrow and method name. Okay, so here double equal is not defines instance or static. Okay, this is a syntax to define or declare your class methods in the method implementation line. So class name double arrow method name, it can be an instance or it can be a static method, whatever it is. This is the same syntax for both. And how to call AMDP class method inside another AMDP? Okay, that is a question. So the syntax is call is a word, keyword, within double quotes, your class name, here also double equal arrow method name. So here class name and method name must be in a case sensitive. It's not case sensitive, must be in a capital letters. Okay, so within single quotes, whatever you define, it should be in capital letters. But here it's not capital. Whatever, if you want, you can just declare it because it's not in double quotes or single quotes. Just class name, double arrow, method name. But here it should be capital letter only. So class call class name, double equal arrow, and method name, close the double equal, sorry, quotes, and end of the statement. Okay, so this is a way to call a method considering this method doesn't have any parameters. Okay, and how to call a method with parameters. Okay, so because in methods we have different parameters, right? We'll see one by one. So here consider you have 4 different parameters. So the syntax is called class name, double equal arrow, method name, and within double quotes, and then you have to open the bracket, open the parenthesis and close parenthesis. Okay, simple. End of the statement. So here this is a syntax. Okay, so what I'm mentioning here is method import parameter. Suppose my method has 2 import parameter, 1 export parameter, 1 changing parameter. Okay, so import parameter, if you want to hard code, this is also same syntax, equal arrow, then within single quotes, if you want to pass any hard coded value, this is the format. Suppose for the second import parameter, I want to pass a method variable. So method variable means I am in AMDP2. This is very pretty simple. So the value is getting from user input. Okay, user input, probably this is a AMDP procedure. So this needs to be called in a ABAP program. So from ABAP program, I'm getting a user input. So from there, I'm passing the informations to AMDP method 2. So that method variable I need to pass. Yes, you have to be able to pass it. Always remember that is a colon, because if it is a variable inside the procedure, if you have to use colon. So obviously it's same syntax here. And export parameter. Suppose I want to export a parameter from AMDP method 2 to my ABAP program, then you have to use syntax is same. So here you are not able to identify whether it's import or export, because normally in ABAP we have a keyword called importing and then parameters, exporting and then parameters, changing and then parameters, tables and then parameters, right? If it is a function module. But here you don't have those things. Everything is same. Okay, by as per you, as a developer, you should know which is import, which is export, maybe with some naming conventions. So export parameter double equal local variable. So considering I'm passing the value back to the parameter. So here I'm receiving the value. Here I'm just passing the value. Oh, sorry, this way. Here I'm passing the value to these parameters. Here I'm receiving the value from the class method. So that is the export parameter here. So here this parameter returns some value to my local variable. Okay, and then changing parameter, that is also possible, same syntax, but only thing is you cannot hard code it. It's a base rule, right? If there is any changing parameter, you are not able to pass a value to it, always a variable. The same thing you have to, that's what I underlined here, it should be a variable. So no hard coded values for changing parameter. So these are the way to call a method which has a parameters: import, export, changing. And method definition. Okay, so method definition is nothing but you're not able to use returning and exceptions in AMDP methods. Okay, meaning if you're going to call, I'm going to call a method from another AMDP, then you can have an import parameter, you can have an export parameter, you can have a changing parameter, but you cannot have a returning and exceptions. So this also will have it, and see what kind of syntax we will get. Syntax error, we will get it in the system. So next, yeah, that's it. So this is the properties or syntax, the way how to call a method, AMDP method to another AMDP method. Okay, so let's get into the system now. Okay, this is my system and this is my HANA Studio. I don't have Eclipse. Here I just created 2 different classes. One is for AMDP1 and one is for AMDP2. I just created, even I didn't add even the interface statement also. So here the idea is in AMDP1, I'm going to define a method and instant method, static methods. Every definition implementation are going to happen in AMDP1. and I'm going to call those methods in AMDP2. So this is the scenario for today's session. So let's create the interface first. So it should be in the public. Okay, maybe what can I do is delete, because I want some space. I want to cover all the code in one line. So probably going forward, even the last session also, I just took a screenshot, not screenshot, saved my programming code in a notepad. I will try to keep it in the drive, so whoever wants, you can access it, same like my PPT. So public section, I'm going to have interface. Okay, interfaces, if AMDP marker HANA database. Okay, and I'm going to have two methods. We'll go one by one. Methods. So this is an instance method, INM. No, what do you call it? Parameters. And this is my static method, STM. Okay, simple. Let's implement it and then call it from AMDP2. Let's see how it works. So now I need to implement method, because it shows the implementation is missing. Then here by database, procedure for HANA DB, and this is script, read on using options, read only first, options, read only. Currently, I'm not going to use that word using, because I'm not going to use any table here. So simple select star from dummy in method. It's incomplete. What is this? No. User space. No. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so instant method is ready, then static is pending. Let me have the same. Static. It's almost done, right? So let's save this, activate, and try to call in AMDP2. In the meantime, let me try to call a normal class method. Okay, 1 minute. Let me have a class over here. Give me a minute. Okay, this is my normal class I just created. Doesn't have much, just a method and have one statement, one if statement. Okay, so now I'm going to trying to call this method also from AMDP2. Okay, then we'll see what is the syntax error we are getting, or runtime error, not a syntax, runtime error. So come here and then public section interface, if AMDP marker HANA database. Okay, and then okay, I need one method here, method M1. Okay, and that needs to be implemented here. Okay, methods. Okay, so implement method 1 M1 by database procedure SQL script options, read only. So now the first step is, you can continue, but for the space constraint, I'm going to the next line. So first I'm going to declare the class and method. Let's go with the normal class, okay? So CGI, if you want to call, make sure that is in your declaration, means implementation level. And what is the name of the method? Get underscore data. Okay, get data. It's okay. Okay, using is missing. Using. So how you used your table names, the same way you have to declare it here first, and then call. So here it should be capital, otherwise you'll get a syntax error. Normal class get data. Okay. So and then end method. Okay, save it. So syntaxically it correct because I didn't get the red cross mark. So it's activated also. Okay. So now I'm trying to call this. Either you can just try calling here, or using an ABAP program, you can call this. So we'll go to the ABAP program over there. So here, this is my ABAP program. Let's call this class and method. Okay, and here if you find, here I declared a method as an instance method. It's not a static method. So okay, over here, okay, it's instance. That's fine. Then never mind. So here it's an instant method. So I need to use an object to call this. So data object equal to, so new. Okay, and I need to call a method pattern ABAP objects class obj and f4. So here I'm trying to call a normal method, means it doesn't have a database procedure concept or implementation. So let's see how or what happens. So M1, okay, act toward it and execute. So expecting a runtime error. So syntactically it's correct, and execute. Yep. So object not found. They are saying they are not able to find what is M1. Okay, so they mentioned, especially they mentioned database procedure. They are not able to find it. So there is a line. So here, check whether the addition by database procedure or function or grab workspace for HTTP was specified in the method definition, which is belong to this particular class and method. Okay, this method, whether it has a by database procedure, actually no. So that is the reason you're getting this short dump. So the conclusion is, if you want to call any method, make sure the method has a database procedure in the definition of the method. So normal AC24 method you are not able to call inside your AMDP method. Okay, so now I'm going to have a small change here. So I don't want this class to be called, so delete it. Now I'm going to call a method which is under this AMDP class. So what happens? Okay, so now I'm going to delete this. Okay, just hold on, let me restart the HANA Studio. Okay, I restarted HANA Studio. So here I'm just deleting this. Now I'm on a method which is under this class. So declare that class first, underscore one double equal arrow mark and instance method. So if you want a static method also, anyway we need to declare it. So copy that and paste it, and I'm going to call the static one also. So two declarations I have done. So here the issue was it's not called. That is the reason it's giving an issue. So it's not needed. Let's have it here. AMDP underscore one and instance method. In underscore, yeah. Okay, so the next one, the same thing I have to follow for static as well. Static 2. Suppose if I give CGI AMDP, okay, so you will get an, okay, 1 minute. You'll get an error. It shows clearly if it is specified in the quotation mark, it must be written in uppercase only. So it's mandatory. While calling the class, make sure it is in capital letter. CGI, come on. AMDP. Okay, so this is a way you have to call. Okay, I think it's closed. Yeah, so here you go. Fine, and is anything returns here? No, just select start from this one from dummy. So I'm going to call my program again with the same method call. So M1, let's execute it. I won't get any. Very good. Object not found. Okay, let me kind of refresh. Just go out. Oops. Did I activate it? Okay, no. Let me activate this. Okay, it's active now. Let's go here, execute. Okay, nothing because I don't have anything in my inside my program, so it's executed. There's no shutdown. Okay, so if you want, keep a breakpoint in your procedure and see whether it's getting called or not. Okay, so now what we can do is we can have some import parameters. So go here, and what is my methods over here? So first importing its value, otherwise it should be a reference because it's a base of AMDP, not for this scenario. If it is an AMDP method, it should have only value parameters, means call by value parameters, not the reference one. So you can say A1 type character 10. And so I can have a value of internal table, item type, table type is here. So I need a table type to be declared here. Types tt is here, type table of is here. Okay, so like I'm just trying to add just a variable and an internal table, body of an internal table. So that is the reason. And I'm going to have exporting value. I can say result, maybe type character 10. Then changing value, maybe A2. Yeah, type character 10. So I can have these things, but only the returning an exceptions I'm not able to make it here. The same way you can add it in your static method also. So now how we can call these things from a program, from the another AMDP method. So I didn't implement anything here. We'll do it a little later. Okay, so here, space, open the process, and you can start looking into that. You can start giving the values. So first I'm going to hard coded values. So I can say check, A1 is check, and I'm sending the internal table values here. So internal table, probably maybe I have a method which has an importing parameter which has itab type tt here. So imagine, so you're getting the data from your program, okay, method parameters. So I'm going to use that in my method implementation. So here types tt type table of SQL. Okay, so value. Okay, so the next one is separated by comma. A1 arrow mark is missing, check. And next one is what is the parameter in my method? It is it underscore itab. It underscore itab. It's nothing but method parameter itab. So there is no export import concept here. Just add whatever parameters if you want to pass it, export or changing whatever it is. So here rest. Here I'm expecting some value to be come back from the method. So I can say result. So this needs to be declared here. Declare local result varchar of 10. Okay, comma is missing. And changing parameter. So changing parameter, it should not be a hard coded value, right? So 83 varchar of 10. Okay, so changing parameter is comma a3 lv underscore a3. So this is a way we have to, okay, this is and close it. Okay, so this is a way you have to call um, a method which has a different parameters. Okay, so what is this? A3 not found. So what is the value over there? Oh, it's A2. I'm sorry. So it's A2. Okay. So there is no syntax error, just act toward it. It's active. Okay. Okay, so in the program, we need a small change because there is a change happened in the method level. So if you see M1, so here itab is one of the parameter which needs to be called from the program. So quick change data it, okay, select start from square into table data it square. Okay, So let's call the method again. Go to pattern, web objects, object, and M1. Okay. So here it is. IT is here. Okay. Come on this. Add to order. So let's see how it is getting the data inside your procedure. So here it is, right? Just have a breakpoint and execute your program. I believe some issues in my system. It takes a long time to reach the HANA Studio in the debugging mode. Let's see. So here I have iTab. It has 5 records. So this is coming from the program to this AMDP class AMDP2 where we are calling the method which is in AMDP1. Okay, so we're passing the values here. It has 5 details from the database table, so these are common. And currently I'm passing one value to the check, and results I'm not getting anything because I'm not sending any value from AMDP1 method. We'll do a small changes over there. So it works as expected. And so let's continue. F6, so it's executed the instance as well as the static method successfully. So now what we can do is have a small change the perspective. And what I can do is result check. It needs to go there, and I want some values from AMDP1. So here result is the export parameter is equal to success. Okay, so only that, yeah, that I can make it. Backward it and have a breakpoint in AMDP1 also. So now execute the program. F6. So it comes to HANA Studio. Switch. So now I am in M1 of AMDP2. You can see the values. What we have seen is fine. F6. So now you can see now I am in the AMDP1 and the method is instance method. So here F6, F6. And if you see the value of R is success. Okay, again F6. So now it's back to M1. So here you will get the details exactly where you are in. So now if you see, okay, F6. Yeah, if you see the value of result here, it's success. So it's coming from AMDP1 method. So it's common basic understanding of the method, how the method works. Okay, method nested method works the same way, but maybe the syntax wise only is the difference. Okay, and then it calls AMDP static method as well. F6 and done. Okay, so this is a way we are going to use. This is a way to call the methods and method with the parameters, especially it has a what do you call database procedure. Method definition needs database procedure, then only we're able to call. So now I'm going to apply the same for static, but before that I need to change the definition of my static method. Here, save it. It's active ordered. It's active. Then go to AMDP2. So now also just try to activate this. Okay, it's done. Then execute it. So this is just make sure it, any issues? No. Is make sure it's working for both type of methods, instance as well as static for your reference. So I didn't call actually, it's fine. You can, if you want to call using the class name as well as class name double equal arrow and the method name. It's a same basic idea of how to call a static method. F6 method 1, and so it comes here also because it's called method 2 static method. It's done. I think the breakpoint over there, it's after activating it, maybe it lost that word. It's not stopped in AMDP 2. Okay, so hope this might be useful for you, and if you want to call any AMDP method in any other AMDP class, just go ahead and call it instead of applying the same code in again and again. So you can have this kind of option also. So just go through this, and if you have any doubt, please let me know. Thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video. Bye.